Hi, I'm Supriya, and I thought today I will talk to you about something that is a major concern for all of us in the given situation that we're in today, and that is financial security and stability. All of us have a certain lifestyle, all of us have certain liabilities. We have our children's education, we have loans that we've taken. So EMIs, etc., are a big concern given that there's a speculation about job losses, that people are going to cut a lot of resource requirements. Freelancers like myself are already seeing, people pausing projects and clients not signing up new assignments. People in the arts and, creative pursuits are really struggling to find new assignments. There are some instances of companies coming back and saying, let's renegotiate the rates because they don't have the resources available to pay you for something that was initially contracted for. So there's a lot of this uncertainty and a lot of financial restriction that most of us anticipate going forward. Um, so I just want to talk about what are some of the things you can do to deal with it, and it probably necessarily is not around just money making, but also some of the things to be more relevant in the new reality. And where I'm coming from is my own experience. This is not my first time dealing with almost life-changing change or life-changing disaster. I was in a similar situation where I didn't know where I was going when my husband passed away. I had just quit my job to start a new, marketing consulting. And within a month of that, he met with the accident. I had just embarked on an IV procedure with him, which in itself is a very expensive proposition, right? And I decided to carry that forward even if he was not there. So there was a long journey that I was facing, which will require almost all of my resources. I did not have a job, so there was no paycheck coming in. So I had to make sure that the marketing consulting that we started would at least pick up and start paying some of the bills and some of the expenses that came with the treatment. So it was a very uncertain and very anxious time for me, and honestly, compared to that, this lockdown is a breeze. Because at that point in time, I was in a very bad emotional state as well, and I do believe that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of emotional stress as well. So, but there are certain situations, where nobody can help you and you have to help yourself. And I sort of believe that this is the situation that we are in today, because all people can do is tell you various ways to deal with a particular circumstance, but that circumstance is unique to each one of us. And how we use that advice, how we assimilate that advice, and how we act on it is totally up to us. So the first thing I would say you do is reevaluate, because a lot of the work that you're doing presently might not be able to sustain you over the next 1 or 2 years. So a lot of my friends work in the travel, entertainment, events industry, and that's not going to pick up for the next coming year or two, because honestly, even if events start happening, how many of us will be comfortable going into crowded places and attending those events, right? So that industry is really in for a bit of slow growth. But they really can't sit around not doing anything for 2 years, right? They need that sustained income in any case. So what is the skill, the network, or the resource that you can monetize today? So you have to start thinking about that now, and maybe start a side hustle, to compensate for the income that you're missing out in whatever you're doing today. And that has to be very relevant to the new reality, that what is it that people want today. So you can just go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to do a lot of webinars because people are sick and tired of them already. What's in it for me is a big question that everybody will have to answer when they reevaluate the offerings that they bring to the market. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is upskilling. And I know everybody is talking about it, but that's because it is very relevant. And I'm not saying that sit glued to your laptop screens the entire day to learn something new. Of course, there's lots of, you need space for rest, relaxation, de-stress, and you need space to do things that will help you tide over, this sort of depressing period, but you also have to be prepared for tomorrow. So upskill in areas that you're comfortable with and which you think you can monetize. I think again the keyword here is monetizing. Don't learn things just for the sake of learning them. This is not the time to do that, right? Think of what adds value to what you already know. Think of upskilling that where you can utilize your current network or the group of people that you work with or your present customer, how you can add value to them for them to actually pay you for it. So that's where we're going with upskilling. And finally, I have never been a big proponent of save more money. My philosophy in life is to try and make more money, but investing is a good discipline. So that's my third point, that I know our savings that were, or whatever investments that we have fallen because the markets have sort of crashed because of this situation, but they will pick up. It might be a longer time frame to get the returns, and the returns might not be what you were expecting before. But don't stop investing. Don't sit on your money. Use the investment instruments that you have at hand. Get help from financial advisor and make your money work for you. So yeah, these are some of the things that have worked for me. I'm not giving you just yarn, but something that I have really applied to come out of the worst crisis that has happened to me and sort of relatively undamaged. I did get a financial planner. I did make sure that I invest on a very structured and a very regular basis. And I have continued to reskill and upskill and to find ways in which I can monetize my skills better. So these are some of my thoughts, because I think where we are today, we really need to start thinking of what are we going to go and do tomorrow. If you have any thoughts on how you're planning to deal with what's coming in the next few months, I would be very happy to hear that. I would be very happy to learn from you. And please do leave some comments below. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated also on these videos. And thank you. I will see you next time.